My name is Isaac. I'm from Australia, and this is a scary story I'd like to tell you. One day when I was in my early teens, a friend came over for a sleepover during school holidays. We decided to do some ding-dong ditching, which is going up to houses and knocking on the door or ringing the doorbell and then running off for hiding, since that's what kids our age got up to back then. After ding-dong ditching a few houses, we came up to an old, shabby-looking house at the top of a small hill. There was a driveway leading up to the house with a gray patrol SUV out front. Of course, it was my turn to go, so I walked up and looked for the door. Keep in mind, there were a lot of bushes out front, so I had to search for the door. I went on one side in front of the car and looked, but it turned out to be the side gate, which was open. I wasn't a real bad kid, so I didn't go in at all. But right as I turned around to go back down the driveway, a red, old and sporty car pulled up and drove up the driveway and saw me. The person driving it was about 20 or so, and in the passenger seat was a girl who was about the same age. Of course, he immediately got out of his car and walked up to me and started asking what I was doing and yelling at me. I was getting scared, thinking he was going to beat me up. I looked for my friend, but I saw him running away. I told him what we were doing and that I meant no harm, and he let me off with a warning. But this isn't where the story ends. A different day, maybe about a week later, I was riding my bike down near a park when I saw the red car again. I rode right past it, so I knew they saw me too. I rode away as fast as I could, but it chased me. I eventually got to the end of the road and went onto a path that led to a big loop around the lake that would lead back to the main road. While I was riding around the loop, I looked across the lake and saw the car sitting there, waiting for me at the exit. I panicked and quickly looked in the bushes and found a path made by other bike riders, so I went down there. I ended up getting home safely and didn't tell my parents. But later that evening, things took a turn for the worse. I was sitting in my room playing video games when all of a sudden I heard the loud engine of the car as it was pulling into our driveway. I quickly ran to the front door and looked through the front gate, and I saw the driver get out of the car. It was the same person who I saw at the park, and the passenger wasn't the girl. This time it was another guy who looked about the same age as the other. I told my parents to come out, and when they saw them, my mom called the cops. There was a gate in front of the door at my house, which we were looking at them through, and they walked right up to it. To my surprise, one of the men took out a metal pipe and started hitting the gate with full force. I screamed and locked the door. After 1 minute of continuous hitting, we heard the gate fly open. The only thing left for them to break before getting in was the old wooden door, which could be opened with just a kick. Just then, we heard police sirens and people yelling. After it all died down, we came out and saw the 2 men being arrested, and the look he gave me sent chills down my body. We later found out that the men were on drugs, and the driver had a gun and was planning to kill me. I've never been ding-dong ditching since.